sidosela sazi mbukeli omhle oqhafuqhafu ekhaya Jikelele ukuba sifike sagaleleka izinqengenene ziyavakala. Kodwa ke uyayazi kaloku into yokubana xa sifika asifiki sonke izandla kuba kaloku kuninzi esesaniphekele kona ngale ntsasa. Kaloku wena simo sezulu, ezemidlalo, indwendwe eziqhafuqhafu kwaye kaloku nendaba eziqhubekayo phesheya kwamalwandle. Ziyaqhuma inqawe emaxhegweni. Ewe kaloku kungaqhuma kubasiwe kungabaswa into ethi ke kulanjiwe. Mna ke nenzwakazi yapha kwamamtshali siye sayididiyela kaloku andikwazi uba ndiyipheke imbiza yodwa. Ndithi kaloku xa ndilungiselela inyama yena ungapha yakomapapa awenze omafafa ukhona unokusinti mlo ke ukholosa kalubisi umadlo ngothi mazipha unonkanyezi eqhakazayo engaciniyo. Mamtshali
hayi cha amapapa wona ngiyawashaya
ndiyakwazi kaloku
nenyama into zami
nditsho ukuba ndiqinisekile uba ndiyakwazi ababukeli bethu asoze baphosweni
lalela lutho mbukela ukusho kwalowo mkelenezo ke kuye kuyibi kalokuqala kwengqayizivele ohlelo lwakho oluyintandokazi ekhaya Jikelele. Sesifike qasa saha njengenjalo siphethe ke umgodla ogcwele phama ophethe wena indaba ehamba phambili ezemidlalo umhlahlo wesimo sezulu nokunye yey ikhathi ziyahamba mbukeli. Uthi uyakhumbula nje ikhathi zakudala iTV seyivela kancane emakhaya kusagcwele lawa ke ayo black and white nanithi nisayibuka nje kuvele kuthiwe hayi ibhetri seliphelile thathani ibhala number niyogcwalisa ibhetri yey iscreen sasivele sinciphe nebhetri sibesingaka sigcine nje siphelela phambi kwamehlo enu. Kodwa ke buka manje fast forward sesila phakathi kwa iTV lalela singene ngemva kwayo futhi ke sisazophuma njengamanje ke mbukela ke sibheke ihamba phambili kuleli hora.
Amagqwetha amele umtyholwa amile awagunqe kwelokuba umuntu owadubula wabulala uSenzo Meyiwa wayengaphakathi endwini.
You have kids, you have to cook, you have to bath, and you know most toilets. Sometimes people they're opening stomach, so how can they go to toilet without water?
Iphathimandla zomkhandlu dolobha igolisa bhekisisa isimo ngemva kokuqebhuka komgwaqo enkabeni yedolobha kwazise isimo kumele sigcine sibuyele kwesejwayelekile.
Bobaba asenza umehluko 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 bobaba babe bobaba abaneqiniso abaneqiniso bobaba bangempela sikhuluma ngamadoda enza umehluko sikhuluma ngamadoda enza umehluko sikhuluma ngamadoda enza umehluko sikhuluma ngamadoda enza umehluko sikhuluma ngamadoda enza umehluko. Siyabingelela kubabukeli ekhaya Jikelele sithi ke hlalani ninethezeke siyikholwa brothers siyabonga.
Abameli babasolwa ecaleni lokubulawa kaSenzo Meyiwa bamile kwelokuthi akekho umuntu owaqhamuka ngaphandle kulabo abadubula uSenzo Meyiwa kepha wabe ingxenye yabantu ababehleli nabo endlini ngaphakathi.
Abameli bakholelwe ekutheni abekho abantu abaqhekeza ngaphambi kokuthi kudutshulwe kubulawa uSenzo Meyiwa kodwa bathi wadutshulwa yena abendlini.
This tendency of pointing out an innocent person willingly in order to avoid a suggestion which I'm going to make to you that the deceased was killed by a person who was in the house and there was no robbery there.
Advocate, they repeated to me 50 times this is a number if you're going to like so kodwa engusho ukuthi bangena abantu badubula uSenzo.
Lo mmeli uphinde waqhamisa ukunqubuzana okuningi ngobufakazi bukaZandi Khumalo lokhu kugcine kumthukuthelisa uKhumalo. Uadvocate Zandile Mshololo omele umsolo wesihlanu naye ukugcizelela ukuthi indawo yesigameko yaphazanyiswa ngaphambi kokuthi kufika amaphoyisa.
Paragraph 16, my lord, of the same statement reads as follows. When my mother was asking that why Mapire was tidied up, she responded that she doesn't want the police to see that they were drinking.
Umshololo usola uKhumalo ngokusenge imithiye ngenkathi engasakhumbula ukuthi wayegqoka ijezi elinjani omunye wabasolwa ngenkathi beqhekeza.
But when she is asked about the color of the hoodie, she can't remember.
Umshololo uzoqhubeka kusasa nokuphonsa imibuzo uKhumalo.
Onogada basibozwa babekelwe ugada amagosa kahulumente ajongene nezithyolo zokubetha kwisiganeko esithe sashicilelwa kuwola wendlela u-N1 eGauteng bathe bavela ke phezolo kwinkundla kamantyi eRandburg othe wadweliswa njengomrhanelwa wokuqala uShadrack Kodwana udize ukuba le video esasazeke kumakhasi onxibelelwano ayizange ibonise yonke into ethe yakhokhela kwesiquhlaselo.
Laba ngabaqaphi bephini likaMengameli wezwe uPaul Mashatile abazobhekana nohlu lwamacala ayi12 enkantolo. Abameli bombuso baqale ngokwendlalela inkantolo ngombiko ofungelwe oqukethe uphenyo lwe-IPD nokuwuphiko oluphenya ngezenzo zamaphoyisa. Ummeli wombuso uphinde wahlinzeka inkantolo ngezizathu zabo zokuthi kungani abasolwa kungafanele banikezwe ibhayili. Wohlonzwa njengomsolwa wokuqala kuleli cala uShadrack Kodwana uphikile ukuthi yibona basukela labo ababehamba ngemoto yohlobo lwePolo enombala ohlaza okwesibhakabhaka. Uthe isenzo sabo kwabe ukuzama ukulawula isimo.
Koloi e mmala botala ya Polo enentse ile ka ho tla ho main car e leng koloi e palamisitseng VIP ya rona deputy president.
When I arrived, we explained to her that the blue Polo Vivo, it was trying to come next to the VIP motor vehicle which was transporting our deputy president.
Ikile makgetlo a le mmalwa e tloa ka letsohong le letshehadi lining ya boraro e tla ho main car e tla ka lebelo le hodimo haholo.
It came several times from the left-hand side, third lane, coming to our car with a high speed.
Phakathi kohlu lwamacala abekwe labasolwa kubalwa amane okukhomba ngesibhamu, amathathu okuhlasela ngenhloso yokulimaza, amabili okucekela phansi impahla okuyimoto kuleli cala, nokudalulwe enkantolo namhlanje ukuthi umonakalo wayo ungaphezulu kwe1,000 zamarandi ezingama-90. Icala lizoqhubeka enkantolo yaseRandburg ekuseni ngolwesithathu. Bonke abasolwa bagcinwe esitokisini sesiteshi samaphoyisa.
Liqalile izolo enkantolo esifunda saseMgungundlovu icala elibhekene noMdumiseni Zuma osolwa ngokuphehla udweshu emphakathini, ukucekela phansi impahla kanye nokuthungela ngomlilo inxenxathela yezitolo iBrookside ngoNtulikazi wangonyaka u2021. uZuma uwaphikile amacala athweswe wona. Inxenxathela yezitolo iBrookside yatatshwa amaqede yathungelwa ngomlilo ziyi12 ngoNtulikazi wangonyaka u2021. Emva kosuku nje lesisigameko senzekile uZuma wabonakala kumfanekiso wevideo esho inhloso zakhe zokucekela phansi lenxenxathela. uZuma uvumile ke ukuthi wayiqopha le video kepha waphika walala ngomhlanu ukuthi wabe ubhongoza wokucekela phansi lenxenxathela yezitolo. Abanye ababambe iqhaza emkhakheni wezamandla bachaze umthethosivivinyo wokuchibiyela ukulawula kogesi njengomthetho obalulekile wokunciphisa ukucishwa kogesi. Lo mthethosivivinyo wethulwe ePhalamende ungqongqoshe wezamandla namagugambi wayo uGwede Mantashe njengoba iScom iqhubeka nohlelo lokucisha konga ugesi.
Lo mthetho uyilwayo uza kuseka ukhuphiswano kwiimbarike zombane kweli lizwe. Abadlali indima phambili kweli shishini bathi xa utyikityiwe wangumthetho uza kunceda ukuzisa utyalo-mali ze ekuhambeni kwexesha unciphise ucimicimi wombane.
A further crucial element is the implementation of appropriate tariff structures to differentiate between generation costs and transmission and distribution costs. And then to add the time of use element into it, especially for households, which will really go a long way towards enabling significant new generation capacity.
Iqela le-DA lithi linethemba lokuba lo mthetho uyilwayo uza kukhawuleziswa uqukunjelwe ukuhlangabezana nefuthe libi likacimicimi wombane.
The transformation and opening of South Africa's electricity sector is long overdue. In this regard, the amendments to the Electricity Regulation Act are vital. Of concern, however, is the fact that this draft bill is very late in coming to Parliament. The bill is currently in the early stages of the parliamentary process, with much still to be done in terms of public participation and a detailed analysis of the proposals. It is highly unlikely that this bill will be considered and passed before the upcoming elections in mid-2024.
Iqela le-ATM lithi nakuba lo mthetho ukhangeleka ngathi sisicwangciso esisiso sikarhulumente sokuza nesisombululo kucimicimi wombane ongapheliyo akunjalo.
The purported provision of an electricity trading platform on a multi-market basis that will provide access to the transmission network on a non-discriminatory basis is a backdoor for the independent power producers to be introduced into the system.
Nakuba kunjalo kukho ixhala lokuba lo mthetho ungangaphunyezwa ngexesha lepalamente yesithandathu njengoko sele likufutshane ixesha lokuba kubanjwe unyulo jikelele lonyaka ozayo kwaye abo bawubona njengesisombululo kucimicimi wombane banethemba lokuba uphunyezwe kwakamsinya. Dinglulama Matya weendaba ze-SABC eParlamente eKapa.
Umongameli we-ANC uCyril Ramaphosa ukhupha umyalelo kwinkokheli entsha yephiko lamanino kulombutho ukuba igxile kakhulu ekuqinisekiseni ukuba amanina ayakwazi ukuzimela ekuhlaleni. Usisi Tolashe uchongwe ukuba ajongane icandelo namanina.
Zingaphezulu kwenkulungwane ezintathu ithunywa zophiko labesifazane ku-ANC eqoka upholo obusha. Usisi Tolashe uyena ozohola lolu phiko ulunga igcabashi uzoba yiphini lakhe uNokuthula Nqaba usengunobhala jikelele kuthi uDinapule abe yiphini likanobhala jikelele kanti uMakhwini Leshole Mothai uzobhekela isikhwama salolu phiko. Umengameli waleli qembu uCyril Ramaphosa uthi kufanele abesifazane bayivulele bona amathuba kwezomnotho.
We must therefore make sure that, yes, women do have access to financial and economic assets and resources.
uRamaphosa uthi uphiko lwabesifazane kumele kube yilona oluqinisekisa ukuthi abantu abaningi bayavota ngonyaka ozayo.
You are the people who are going to ensure that the ANC gets an outstanding victory in the elections that we are going to. You are the army that the ANC has, and I want you to play that role with dignity, with confidence, with respect, and making sure that in the end, the ANC does emerge victorious.
uRamaphosa uphinde wanxusa uphiko lwabesifazane ukuthi ligweme uqhekeko ukuze lolu phiko luye phambili. Ihlandla lesibili lenqungquthela kulindeleke ukuthi libanjwe ngohlelo lwezobuchwepheshe ukuze kuzokwamukelwa nemigomo yophiko phinde kumenyezelwe namanye amalungu angeziwe.
Abazali beingane ephakamisa ngaphandle kwaseKomani eEastern Cape bagxeka uhulumeni wesifundazwe ngokubeka impilo yeingane zabo engcupheni. Abazali bathi uhulumeni wavala isikole esiseduze wayisa ingane kwesinye isikole kodwa ke akazange ayihlinzeke ngeimoto ezizoyithutha.
Aba bafundi babeka ubomi babo emngciphekweni behamba umgama omde ngenyawo. Kunyanzeleka ukuba bashiya amakhaya abo ngentseni xa befuna ukufika ngexesha esikolweni. Kodwa ixesha elininzi bathi bafika bediniwe ngenxa yomgama omde abawuhambayo. Xa kunethayo bathi kunyanzeleka ukuba bangayi esikolweni.
Siphuma ngamahlathi apha. Asiyazi ba intoni esizawudibana nayo apha endleleni.
Isikolo singena ngo-8 soloko ndilate ndifika phaa ngo-10 and ii-lessons ziyandiphosa and yintombazana ndoyika ndihambe ehlathini ndingakwazi nodlwengula.
Abanye abazali banyanzeleka ukuba bakhuphe imali epokothweni khona ukuze abantwana babo baye esikolweni.
Asiyancama ukutya endlini basingatyi sikhupha imali etransport basikhuphanga la mali etransport abantwana baye esikolweni.
Isebe lezothutho lithi lizama isisombululo kule ngxaki.
Umcubo sesikolo siwujongile sisebenza ngokubambisana noxa bethu kwisebe lezemfundo ukuzama ukukhangela uba ngaba nesombululo sini sinothi size nabo ukukhawulelana nengxaki abantwana bangenani transport.
Abafundi bathi banethemba lokuba isebe lezemfundo kunye nelezothutho baza kuza nesicwangciso sokuphelisa iminyaka emibini yokuhamba umgama omde ngenyawo ukuya esikolweni. Ndingulubabalo Dada kwindaba se-SABC kuKomani.
Ngaphambi kokuba uphume embutyeli uye kwindawo ngendawo qiniseka urhabule ufince kuqikelelo lwemozulu. Kwachapha selekushiyeka iintsuku ezine kuphela phambi kokuqala kwetumente yendebe yebhola yomnyazi eza kube isingathwe eKapa lodumo. Iqela ke loMzantsi Afrika elingabaphathi gxebe betumente yalo nyaka liqukumbela amalungiselelo alo njengoko liza kuqobisana neWales kumdlalo wokuvula ngoLwesihlanu.
Asethelekile edolobheni eKapa wonke amaqembu ayi-16 azoba ingxenye yomqhudelwano wendebe yomhlaba ezoqala ngoLwesihlanu eCape Town International Convention Centre. Iqembu lakuleli iSpar Proteas lisesigabeni sika-Group C lapho liqhathwe khona neWales, iJamaica kanye neSri Lanka.
Very, very excited. Firstly, we can't wait for Friday to come for the opening and then our first game against Wales. Preparation is going well so far, but we still have a few days that we obviously want to make best use of it, but we can't wait for Friday to come.
Kuningi kakhulu osekwenziwe abadlali beqembu laseNingizimu Afrika okuhambisana nokuzibophezela kwabo ngokubeka phambili ubumqoka bezwe.
This year we've probably been gone away from home, I think 4 out of 6 months already. So just being away from family, my fiance, friends, everything you could have been a part of. I just missed the best friend's wedding as well. So that was tough on the heart, but you know this is something you're also going to remember for the rest of your life.
Njengokwejwayelekile ukuvulwa ngokusemthethweni kwemqhudelwano yendebe yomhlaba kuqala ngemicimbi omkhulukazi wokunandisa ngaphambi kwemidlalo. Kanti nakulokhu kuzokwenzeka okufanayo njengoba umcimbi wokuvula uzoqala ngehora lesine ntambama okuzobe sekulandelwa umdlalo wokuqala phakathi kweNingizimu Afrika kanye neWales ngehora lesithupha.
Enkosi ngokuhlala nathi nisasibukele apha ekhaya jikelele kwinkqubo-ndaba yakho uDTT. Ngexesha ke uJoel Masilela eqala ukusebenzisa ikhamera wayengazi ukuba ukuthatha imifanekiso ingangumsebenzi. Ngexesha ke eziqaphela ukuba uyakuthanda ukuthatha imifanekiso waye ke wavula ishishini lakhe ngonyaka ka-2013 inkampani ebizwa ngokuba yi-K Forever Enterprise. Umsebenzi kaMasilela wohlukile kwaye injongo yakhe kuqinisekisa ukuba umsebenzi wakhe uyadlulisa umyalezo. Ukhona ke apha enkqubeni sizawuthi nje sincokola naye sifumanise into yokubana oluthando lwakhe lokuba enze iphotography luye laqala phi na. Unjani?
Khona njani sisi?
Siyaphila, siyakwamkela ekhaya jikelele.
Yabo.
Khawusibalisele ngomsebenzi wakho iphotography waqala nini?
Photography kahle kahle professionally nganothi ngiqale vele 2013 2014 lapho. But yona ukuyenza like I've got more than 10 maybe 15 years nyenza, because before there was another business benyenza so bengisebenzisa photography for promote leyo business leyo. But then abantu bathanda umsebenzi wami ngokukhulu photography but focus akiwo more than lento lebenyenza. That's when I realized that maybe I should take this thing to another level. From lapho ngaqala ubasela singaya kakhulu from 2013 kahle kahle 2013 2014.
Wow, siyabona napha kumfanekiso velileyo kumabona kuthi into okubana une studio sakho and I mean for you ba uestablish uvule ishishini le photography ndiqinisekile into okubana ayonto leyo eyenzeke overnight.
It's not easy. So because into engineer before I used to print t-shirts, like it's one of the things benginokuzenza lezo. So ngisebenzise le mali leyo brand leyo uqala ukuthenga equipment yami ye photography kahle kahle. That was the only way ukuthi ngizokhona ukuthola izinto. From lapho ngagcina sengithola ne funding for ezinye izinto. But the best thing for me was uku sacrifice into eziningi, especially into zama weekend and stuff, for ukuthi ngizokhona ukuthola equipment. Izinto ezingincedile kahle kakhulu ukuthi ngikhona ukuthola equipment. Just sacrifice uba honest.
Yeah. And siyaqonda obana xa uthwebula imifanekiso it's not just khiqi kunebali ofuna ukulibalisa.
Yeah.
Wenza njani as a photographer to make sure that you really tell stories? We've seen abantu abafana nolungisani mvanje bethebile imifanekiso yabantwana othi xa ujonga nawe urelate. So wena as a photographer wenza njani uqinisekisa into okubana ifoto zakho zibalisa ibali?
It depends ukuthi ngale story lese engifuna ukusenza ngaleso sikhathi leso, so it depends. So what I do, like focus kule concept yami leyo kahle kahle. I do just whatever it takes ukuthi abantu abaningi ba understand the concept yami. Yabona. So it doesn't matter ukuthi whether it's for ama indoor shoots or ama outdoor shoots or even ama events. Focus straight to a concept yami, stick to yona. Usually when I just it depends on the concept kahle kahle.
So speaking of a concept, ndiyazi abantu abazi photographer benza izinto ezahlukileyo, ukweliphi icandelo wena?
Mina kahle kahle I'd say I'm more for my events mostly like let's say your weddings or even sometimes when ngiyenza nama brands if let's say nama brands ba promote. So sometimes when there's a studio into bafuna promote lama brand lawo. It depends. Sometimes even my outdoor shoots for sometimes even my family, both indoor and outdoor.
And siyazi mhlawumbe xa udila ne-clients zibakhona ezo challenges ufumanisa bana ezinye clients azibhatali ukhona omnye ebeshwabule ebhale into engakhe sitsho into okubana yo imali zami ndisebenza nzima. So wena I mean when it comes to ezo zinto udilishana njani nazo?
Like the only way yokudila nazo is just to remember why uqalele into yenzile. It's not easy. Ama challenges azohlala khona vele wona. Ayikho into ongayenza ngaloko. So mina kahle kahle I always just into engiyenzayo for my challenge lawo. No focus just ku ngathini. For it depends ukuthi kahle kahle I challenge enjani ngifisana nayo. Yabona. So if let's say umuntu akangibhadala and stuff, I just move on sometimes. I just move on because angifuni uzimoshela igama. Angifuni ukuzimoshela igama. So what I do just ngifocus emsebenzini wami kuphela.
Uchilo wathi usebenza na kwi-events ave bengaki uthola ukuthi kuyaseva ave niyalibaleka nina photographer nilibaleka nyani
because ngaleso sikhathi simele ukhumbule ukuthi abacabangi bona bacabanga only ama-guest yabona nalo msebenzi leyo bacabanga.
And i-social media siyayibona into yokubana iya ngokukhula nokukhula uyakwazi into yokubana into yakho uyibonise ku-social media boom ibe viral i-reach millions and millions of people. How do you think into yobana singayisebenzisa i-social media ukuqaqambisa izakhono zethu?
I-social media for me yenza izinto simple kakhulu, especially when it comes to izinto ze-photography and stuff. And kuyangami for mina indaba ye-content from dala ngenza, it's just that ngalesikhathi leso benganagama ukuthi content create and stuff. So it would depend ukuthi wenza yiphi business. So social media vele it doesn't matter ukuthi ukuyiphi business. It works for every industry. It works for every industry. And when you uhlale consistent, uhlale poster, make sure ukuthi you have pictures of a brand yakho, whatever that you are selling. Whatever oyipushayo ngaleso sikhathi leso, you must post almost every day if kuyakhonakala.
Siyabona apha ba ubunendoni besinayo benaye nayo phe Ekhaya Jikelele bekhona. Yena. So I mean uthethile into yokubana you do i-concept as it different and remain njani relevant because for sure une goal yakhe into yokubana kwiminyaka ezayo ufuna uzibona ukwelinqanaba uzowenza njani ntoni okanye intoni oyenzayo ngoku to make sure that
stick to my lane. Stick to my lane. Ngiyazi ukuthi ngifuna kahle kahle. Ne-vision for into ngifuna ukuzenza stick to lane. Ukuthi abantu benzani esayidini ngapha angingeni leyo mina, just stick to my lane. That's what I've been doing vele since vele from ngisaqala khona la. So okunye lo angingeni vele kahle. That's the only way uzokhona ukufika la uyakhona.
It's so sad into yobana uze ne-display because benza uthi can't afford and bona umsebenzi wakho ba nyani na uyayenza lento yakho. But I mean for umntu mhlambe onomdla uba okay ufuna ucaptureishe i-moments anazo bangakufumana phi?
Ku social media for Instagram, Twitter, zonke it's just shoes_Z_K forever. Just shoes_K forever. EVA kaso.
Wow. So kumsebenzi wakho khosibalisele mhlambe if uye wa collaborate nabantu oqonda bajonga, I will never forget le moment ebomini bami.
Recently, there's a shoot being yenzile ngasikudala for Dr. Esther Mahlangu. There was a group, bathi isumi lamadoda bekune shoot bebazoyenza naye. So bangicela banginvite lapho ukuthi ngizoba shoota naye lapho. So that was actually one of my best moments because every photographer inabantu ekusha ngathi vele bangaba shoota. So mina Dr. Esther was on my top 2 list.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got a chance shooter and I won't lie, that was like the best performance for me.
And ndifuna ukubuza nje enye question bana okay like ngeke ngibona abantu like models umzekelo umuntu aze half naked mhlambe for someone bana I feel comfortable ukhona as a photographer ufumanisa bana lixesha lakhe lokuqala, how do you create la safe place yokuba akhuleke umuntu?
Usually sometimes nginothatha isikhathi sami relax. I always give them at least maybe 15 or even 30 minutes and I just make them be comfortable. Sometimes abanye ngafforce ukuthi maybe bazele abangani babo or ifamily bazokhona ukurelax. I make sure ukuthi even space sokuchange yonke into ba right babanayo. Yabona. I whatever nje abayifunayo for ukuthi bona bazokhona ukuba comfortable ngibanikeza yona. Just for me ukuthi ngitholele shot engiyifunayo for yena.
Oh, so sibakhona moments apho umuntu comfortable ebanezithin.
Yeah, so the only way which as maybe let's say family members sometimes or even abangani, if maybe let's say especially if maybe was for the first time. So sometimes and then but after a while because mina ngiyazi ukukhuluma nabantu kahle.
Ne?
Yeah, and then bagcina vele baba comfortable.
So ndifuna ukuza kuwe ke ngoku as a photographer nanku umuntu ufuna lento but they are not giving or they are not delivering. So now you have to instruct them. Bano yithi ngapha uyabona ukuthi hey isimo simaxongo.
To be honest, I believe anyone can be a model for me. Anyone. As long as I told a photographer couldn't uzisala nayo. So I always take my time. If maybe it means ukuthi mele sihlale kancane up until uzobe comfortable nami. Ngizokubheka ukuthi yini into othanda yini into o comfortable ngazo. Then from lapho ngizomove from lapho up until ngithole le shot engiyifunayo. That's what I do. Kancane up until ngizithole because at the end of the day mele ngithole le shot.
No matter the circumstances.
No matter the circumstances.
Umuntu obukeleyo naye mhlawumbe onomdla wongena kwi-photography athi namazwi wakho obulumko kwi-step mhlawumbe ubathathe nje step by step into yintoni abangayenza nabo into yokubana babe zi-successful photographers.
Luckily for abantu abaningi abafuna uyenza khona manje, a lot has changed. It's easy, especially since ngendaba ye-internet. So to be honest, just go to the internet, usearch anything ehlangane photography. Thatha isikhathi sakho nje step by step ekugcineni. Kuhlala kunama tutorial. Yabona, if I couldn't afford ukuya esikoleni for lokho, just tholile data kuphela uhlalela ama tutorial the whole day ekugcineni uzoba right, because mina esikoleni ngiyenza graphic design. But ngarealize on my second year ukuthi interest is more on photography and videography. That's when ngihlalela internet njenga wonke umuntu ekugcineni ngafika la ngikhona.
And speaking of tutorials, how has photography evolved? Siyakhumbula into obana mhlambe kwela xesha lakudala kwakusetyenziswa eza camera ufumanisa into okubana ngo black and white. Now we are in the 21st century. I-evolve njani? Essentially, what are the latest trends?
These days everything is just more digital these days. Bakhona kusesenakhona abantu basathanda ukuprinter lapho nalapho, but mostly everything is digital. It doesn't matter whether it's for business or even maybe it's for events, because yonke into bayipusha ku social media. So social media change the game. Even the AI is going to do worse, because 5-10 years from now, so for some could send a few things on AI. So the best thing to hlala ubheka ukuthi okay khona manje kwenzakalani, and then in future ukuba relevant. Just make sure ukuthi izinto ezenzaka khona manje nama software la uyawazi uyawafunda, even noma ungawasebenzisi, but wafunde kancane lapho nalapho ukuthi nakusafika lesikhathi leso ungabe nenkinga.
So you'd say that technology is the future?
Yeah. It is. Ayikho like noma umuntu angafostelelo ukwenza izinto bebengenza ngakhona kudala, ekugcineni izoba forced ukuthi wenza leyo izinto bazenza ngakhona khona manje.
And looking at our education system nje muthethe into yokubana ngoku abantu funeke bas-familiarize ngo-software nobani, do you think it's doing enough or it's relevant, especially now that we are in the 4IR?
Next, I doubt. Because to be honest, mina kahle in high school I was lucky bekune subject ye-art la bengifunda khona. So from kuleyo art I realized ukuthi there's something engithanda ye-art, but I didn't know ukuthi I almost did a course wrong, because there was nothing bengigayira ukuthi from ku-art mina kumele ngenze lokhu, ngenze photography, ngenzeni. So kunabantu abaningi benza ama-course wrong because of most high school ifocus vele kuzinto lezi bezenzeka kudala. There's a lot of things ezenzeka khona, there's a lot of things each generation manje ine-interest yazo, but abazi ukuthi benze yiphi course, and abazi umuntu uzolana interest in something but akazi ukuthi ayenze mapha ama subject, because there is nothing ayifunda esikoleni ehlangana lento lena interest yayo. Mina just ngithe indaba ye-art, from ku-art nangiqala ngize research ngabona phambili ukuthi okay whatever ngifuna ukuyenza it's either izoba somewhere ku-media. So to be honest, internet yiyo maybe into enceda, but isikolo when it comes to anything ehlangana ne-art it focuses more on fine art, lezi zokudraw and paintings and stuff. But for photography, graphic design, not emalokishini. Maybe my private school, maybe, but most emalokishini. Something has to change lapho vele kahle kahle.
Right? And I mean senje uvakala unolwazi utyhilelekile zezinto. Ingaba mhlawumbe khona umsebenzi owenzayo to sort of bridge the gap, ukwazi ukuxhobisa naba basakhulayo bakwazi into okubana mhlawumbe bayephe bomini.
Like mostly I'd say ama young photographers amanye kunabantu vele bangicela ukuthi okay into so uyenza kanjani vele angishani information. I'm not one of those photographers who zoom inbox who ufuna 1 2 3 or DM and then from lapho reply. So it and there's another guy being Nkrumah being business photography, because we got an interest there. We are seven something but didn't interest there. So anyone who was anything ngiyakwenza lokho. It's just that maybe I don't do it publicly, maybe that's why bangaboni.
Yeah. Masibulele ngexesha lakho enkqubeni kwaye sikufisele konke okuhle kumsebenzi wakho, uqhubeka usenza njalo nakwabanye. Kuthi olulwazi oluthe walifumana ukwazi into okubana uxhobise abanye ngalo. Enkosi kakhulu.
Yebo.
Siyathemba nawe uyonwaba namhlanje.
Ngijabule kakhulu.
Right? Hayi ke Mbukeli. Right Mbukeli we-Ekhaya Jikelele uyawuqonda kaloku into yokubana siyathanda into yokubana siqaqambise izakhono zenu kwaye kaloku uba ngaba nawe ulapha ekhaya uthi kunento especial okanye ekhethekileyo oyenzayo qiniseka into yokubana usibhalele usixelele into yobana wenza ntoni nawe ungazibona ulapha kwigumbi lethu losasazo kanti ngoku ke masihambe siyobhatala amatyala wena ungagonqi kuninzi esiniphathele kona siyabuya ngongoku. Enkosi ngokuhlala nathi nisasibukele apha ekhaya Jikelele kwinkqubo ndaba yakho uDTT. Sihlabile mgama ke Mbukeli ikomiti ejongene nokhuseleko loluntu kwindlu yowiso-mthetho kwiphondo laseRhawutini lihlabe ikhwelo kubahlali baseRhawutini ukuba bohlukane nokuzithathela umthetho ezandleni zabo. Oku ke kuza emva kokuba abarhanelwa batshiswe banqunqa eAlexandra kwiveki ephelileyo ngobusuku bangolwesibini kwiveki ephelileyo. Ikomiti ke isigxeke kabukhali zenzo zobulungisa kwaye ikhuthaza uluntu ukuba lisebenzisane namapolisa kwaye luvumele inkqubo yobulungisa kulwaphulo-mthetho ukuba yenze umsebenzi wayo wokuvalela abantu abarhanelwa ngolwaphulo-mthetho. Ukuxovula banzi ke lo mba siye sakrweca usihlalo wendlu yowiso-mthetho wephondo laseRhawutini kwikomiti yemicimbi yokhuseleko loluntu umnumzana uBandile Masuku. Masikubulise mnumzana Masuku sikwamkele enkqubeni ekhaya Jikelele.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu nami ngiyabingelela kuba lento le kubalandeli and nababukeli bakho.
Sibambe ngazibini. Mnumzana siye sabona apha ivideo kumakhasi onxibelelwano apha abantu bezibandakanya kwizenzo zohlokondiba. I-mob justice ke ukutsho ingaba luthini mhlambe uluvo lwakho nombono wakho malunga noku okuthe kwenzeka kwiphondo lwaseLimpopo naseAlexandra ingaba mhlambe ungathi yintoni unobangela okwanda koku apha eMzantsi Afrika?
Siyibonile lento le and it's something elekiqhubeka iyanda kakhulu la eGauteng and lento ibangelwa ukuthi amaphoyisa awasebenzisani kahle nomphakathi and kune lack of trust between amaphoyisa nomphakathi. Into esicelayo as i-committee and umsebenzi umele suwenze nathi as i-committee ukwenza sure ukuthi kuba nayo ixhumana ukusebenzisana between i-community nomphakathi. Into enye esicelayo kakhulu kumphakathi ukuthi kumele baparticipate kakhulu kuma-structures lawa eyenziwele wona ukuthi umphakathi ube part of i-policing ama-structures afana ne-community police forum.
Mnumzana uthetha apha ngentsebenziswano kuyabonakala into yokubana uluntu lunxunguphele ngenxa yokuba amapolisa akenzi ngokwaneleyo ukuzisa izaphuli-mthetho ezibhalweni. Ingaba mhlambe ucinga ukuba yintoni ekufuneke yenziwe ukuze kubuyiswe intembeko yoluntu kumapolisa?
Into emele siyenze kakhulu ukusebenzisana nawo amaphoyisa kakhulu kuma-cases lawo abaluleke kakhulu lawo akumele ukuthi amaphoyisa awalandelele ukuthi ama-structures afana nathi ezama-committee lapho babona khona umphakathi ukuthi amaphoyisa awasebenzi kahle baxhumane nathi basi-informe sizokhona ukuphesuwa and senze sure ukuthi siya-follow up and amaphoyisa aba-accountable. Ngoba if we don't hold amaphoyisa to be accountable kuzoba nzima ukuthi ba-improve that relationship. So part of the work that we also kumele siyenze ukwenza sure ukuthi baba accountable particularly kuma cases lawa i-community ewaraisayo and amaphoyisa angenzi lutho. But njoba ngishilo ukuthi ama-community police forum are one of the structures that are built and that are existing in our communities to actually ukwenza sure ukuthi that bridge and that relationship iba khona between amaphoyisa nomphakathi.
Siyaphawula into yokubana kutshanje kuye kwaba namarhanelwa abathe batshiswa banqunqa kwelase-Alex. Awucingi mhlambe ukuba ukwanda kokuthatyathelwa umthetho ezandleni ngabantu kwenziwa kukusilela kwamagosa karhulumente ekwenzeni umsebenzi wawo?
Into eyenzakalayo ukuthi if kwenzakala mob justice nayo iyipart ye-crime ngoba you are doing into engayenzakalayo engavunyelelwanga and it just adds on. So if sonke sine interest yokwenza sure ukuthi umphakathi wethu phila in a safe and crime free areas it means nathi mele si uphold umthetho, and masenza imob justice asisa uphold umthetho. Into emele siyenze thina ezomphakathi ukwenza sure ukuthi amaphoyisa aba accountable kuma cases lawa esiwaziyo abangafollow up kuwo abangenzi lutho ngawo. Nakhona ukuthi kumele silungise ne-criminal justice system yethu ukuthi abantu ababoshiwe nabo bakhona ukuchargewa kahle, kube ne-conclusion ekahle, and baboshwe and baye emajele. And if i-criminal justice nayo ayisebenzi kahle, kuba ne-problem efana nale ukuthi abantu baluza ithemba and abakhoni ukusebenzisana namaphoyisa. So i-committee yona icela kakhulu umphakathi ukuthi isebenzisane namaphoyisa, isebenze within umthetho, isebenze within i-constitution ye-country, and sikhona ukulwisa ubugebengu.
Ucinga ukuba nelizwe lisebenza ngempumelelo kumlo ochasene nolwaphulo mthetho kungasi siqalo esihle ekulweni into yokuba abantu bathabathele umthetho ezandleni?
Into emele siyenze ukuthi kumele ne-crisis justice, i-crime justice system yethu isebenzisane kahle nomphakathi. But into esiyidingayo emphakathini ukuthi kumele basebenzisane nathi, babe amehlo, babe yindlebe zamaphoyisa, si-informe, and if amaphoyisa awasebenzi kahle ba-report to abantu abafana nathi i-committee e-legislature, ngoba thina siyakhona ukubiza u-provincial commissioner ukuthi akhona azo-accounta to some of the issues and cases eziraiswa i-community.
Uba ngaba mhlambe ke i-community iye yathatha isigqibo sokuba baqale i-policing forum yabo, ingaba mhlawumbe yintoni abanokuyenza ukubheka phambili bakwazi into yokubana banibandakanye nani njengamapolisa okanye isipolisa benze ngokufanelekileyo?
Ukujoyina i-community police forum, babe ingxenye ama-community police forum ngoba ama-important structures avunyelwe umthetho ukuthi abe akhona ukumobilize i-community, amobilize umphakathi. And the way ama-community police forum exist, ubudlelwane between umphakathi namaphoyisa ungcono kakhulu, and sicela ukuthi umphakathi usebenzisane nabo and baforme part and babe ingxenye yawo ama-forums lawa esikhuluma ngawo.
So ke ngoku uba ngaba mhlambe kukhona i-case ye-mob justice, ingaba ngubani efuneke ethathe ityala?
Inkinga ukuthi mawenza i-mob justice yona ngokwayo nje ayisiyinto evunyelwa umthetho. Ikhona indawo lapho ukuthi umphakathi, the citizens can do what we call citizen arrest, but i-citizen arrest nayo inama-procedures awo, kumele futhi uhloniphe ama-rights nama-constitutional rights abantu labo enisebenzisana nawo. So if ubamba umuntu omsolela ukuthi uyisigebengu, kumele nibiza amaphoyisa bese nemthatha nemisa e-police station if amaphoyisa wafiki. But kumele nakhona si-respecte ilento le i-constitution nama-rights abo singawaphuli, particularly i-right to dignity, i-right to also to be able to be heard their side of their story, and those are ilento le ama-constitutional rights ekumele ahlonishwe.
Siyasaphawula into yokubana zikhona inkqubo ezifana nosizo ukuthola no-Operation Dudula. Ingaba mhlawumbe zivumelekile okanye zinalo ilungelo zokuba bona bathabathe umthetho ezandleni zabo?
Abavumelekanga ukuyenza lento leyo ngoba ama-committee, ama-organizations lawa afonywa ama-communities asebenzisana namaphoyisa kumele nawo abe-registered, nawo kumele asebenzise i-constitution ye-country, and bangathathi umthetho into their hands. Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi there are certain instances where citizen arrest can be made, but also that kumele yenziwe within the boundaries and the framework procedures. Siyazi ukuthi akhona ama-neighborhood watch in other areas abakhona, but bonke lokhu kumele kusenjiswane within umthetho, and into emele siyenze leyo siyigcizelele ukuthi akunamuntu okumele abe ne-right eyokuphula ama-rights ama-rights of other citizens without any reason.
Masibambe ngazibini ngexesha lakho mnumzana uBandile.
Kubonga mina kakhulu manje.
Right, mbukeli we Ekhaya Jikelele lo ke mbukeli besetha naye nguye umnumzana uBandile Masuku sihlani indlebe naye ngomba wokuthatyathelwa komthetho ezandleni ngabantu. Yasikhalima ke isenzo esithi sesoburhulumente xebe mbukeli ngeziganeko ezingekho mthethweni.